Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to this video. This is my full Mario Badescu brand review. This is a collab with my good friend Beauty by Angela here on YouTube and Instagram. I love me some Angela and I love her channel. I feel like we have a very similar vibe. I really boo-booed in terms of the intro to this collab. I had already erased the original video intro that I had filmed before Angela and I decided to make this a collab. And so that's why I kind of did a separate intro and tried to upload them at the same time. So I'm really sorry for the puffle, but if you didn't in the intro, please go over and check out Angela's channel as well as her original video, which will all be linked down below. Also, Angela brings a really unique perspective to this project because she has dry skin and I have combo to oily skin, and so we both received different products from Mario Badescu to sample, which leads me into a little reminder of how and why I am doing this. I found out from one of my subscribers here on YouTube, Sammy, who said that Mario Badescu was doing a free skin analysis and sending you out a sample regimen for the low cost of $2.95 for shipping. And so I went ahead and did that right away, and I did get a full regimen to try out, and so I wanted to do a full brand review for you. I have all of my products here, most of which are finished up. The first product in my regimen that I received was the Botanical Facial Gel. And this one was one to be used both morning and night. This is a cleanser. This is your everyday, normal day and night cleanser. What I really liked about this one is this is not a foaming cleanser. This cleanser does not foam up. However, when you put this on your face, and of course I was using a very small amount of all of these products because I wanted to get as much use out of them as possible, and so even with a very small, like pea-size amount of this cleanser, I would, rub it all over my face. No foaming, which is very different for me. I tend to like a foaming cleanser, even though I know they can be drying to your skin. But this is the first, this is the first non-foaming cleanser, and I've tried a few, but this is the first non-foaming cleanser that actually made my face feel clean, like very clean, not a trace of makeup, not a trace of oil, anything, without any dryness or tightness in the skin. And so I really like this. This has just a very slight, authentic cucumber scent to it. And I just love how my skin felt after using this. Again, it felt clean, but without being squeaky clean, if that makes sense, which ultimately just makes my skin produce more oil, which I don't need. If I was to purchase this at full size, this is $14 for 8 fluid ounces, and I think that's pretty reasonable. Next is the Cucumber Cleansing Lotion. This is actually a toner, so you do go ahead and use this on a cotton round or whatever you use for that type of thing, and you're to use it day and night. And this is very nice. Number one, it does have a nice soft fragrance, again very reminiscent of cucumber, but not like fake cucumber smell, like a cucumber. So this is kind of a milky consistency. This is not a clear toner fluid. This has, it's not opaque, but it's not see-through, so it feels really nice and gentle on the skin. The number one thing I loved about this toner was that it did not leave any kind of sticky residue on my skin, and that's one of my major gripes with some of the other toners that I've tried, specifically reasonable toners like the Ordinary glycolic toners. I really like this one. I absolutely would try this again, and I may buy the full size once I've finished up the Ordinary one. But if I do purchase this at full size, here's what I like. They have an 8-ounce bottle for $15, but then they have a 16-ounce bottle, which is double the amount of product, for $26. And toner is one of those things I like to buy in a bigger bottle if I can, because otherwise I feel like I'm constantly chasing down new toner. I love the Pixie Glow Tonic, but one of my major gripes is that the bottle is so small. So now I'm out there buying toner every single month, and it's not my thing, you know. So I really do like this one, and I think the price is really reasonable on that one. The next thing I received was the Cucumber Tonic Mask. This is something that they recommend for 3 times a week, and that is roughly what I have done. The thing I like about this one, it actually is a mask that you put on, you let dry, and then you rinse away. It does have a slight clay feeling to it in terms of it is the type of mask where you put it on, it gets lighter as it dries, it gets a little tighter as it dries, and it does dry down eventually. This mask was one that you would wear for 15 to 20 minutes. I did find that it dried completely down way before the 15-20 minute mark. So there were times where I removed it a little bit before that because I was worried that it would over dry my skin, though I did not actually experience that. So this is a nice one. It has a nice relaxing scent. It says it has zinc oxide, which works to calm and soothe your complexion. I would absolutely buy this again, even though I'm not in the habit of buying, you know, face masks for myself. It's just something I don't naturally gravitate towards. I think this would be a good one. They do have 2-ounce size of this for $18, which isn't horrible. I will say a little bit of this truly does go a long way. It's almost surprising how far it goes. That's how I was able to get so many uses out of this, and there probably is at least 2 more uses in here. I think that's 2 ounces would go a really, really, really long way. Of course, depending on how often you use it, but I tend to do masks when I have them a couple times a week, and this was a good one. I would purchase this again. Next was the glycolic foaming cleanser. I did receive a packet of this. However, I already had a 1-ounce bottle that I received in a skincare sampler in January, so I just went ahead and emptied this into here. So you will see I do still have some product left in here. It's probably about the amount of product that I had before I dumped this in there. This is actually my least favorite of all of the Mario Badescu things that I have tried. It's a chemically exfoliating face wash, if that makes sense. So this is not something you use every day. For oily skin, you can use it 2 or 3 times a week, which is what I do. Or if you do have dry skin, maybe just 1 to 2 times per week. The thing about this is the smell of it is number one. It just has this chemical smell to it, and I've come to associate the smell with glycolic cleansers. It must be something to do with the glycol in it that makes it smell the way that it does, because the Confidence in a Cleanser is a glycolic cleanser as well, and it smells exactly like this. In fact, I think I've talked about those being dupey in the past. So this does do a nice job. I do feel like the morning after I've used this, I wake up, my skin looks a little bit resurfaced and smoother. So I do really appreciate it, but mostly the smell is not my favorite. Also, I found the closer that this got to my eyes, the more my eyes would sting. I don't wash over my actual eyes with this. I do try and keep it away, but if some would get up too close to my under eye, it would actually sting my eyes, and it's just probably not a repurchase for me. However, if you wanted to repurchase this, you could buy a 2-ounce, which is double this size, for $8, or you can buy a 6-ounce for $16. So I do like that they have some options here in terms of how much product you purchase at any given time. I think that's really nice. Next is another one of my favorites from the products that they sent me, and it is the hyaluronic eye cream. You will see that this is, getting close to gone, but really lasting a long time. This was one I actually started using prior to doing my intro and whatnot because I was in need of an eye cream at the time. So I just started using this one. So I've actually been using this eye cream for about a month now, and I really like it. However, I will say that I have a caveat to that. I like this for an overnight eye cream or a bedtime eye cream or nighttime eye cream, whatever you want to call it. I like this for that. This is extremely hydrating, and if you put this on your under eyes at night, you will wake up with fully hydrated skin in the morning with this product. However, for wearing underneath my makeup and concealer, I find that this is just not ideal based on my personal grooming habits. I tend to take a shower, get out, put my moisturizer and eye cream on, and within 10 to 15 minutes, I'm ready to put my makeup on. This does not absorb that quickly, which is why I say it's personally better for nighttime for me. I do want something hydrating during the day, but I want something that absorbs rather quickly. So I do recommend this, however, and I think the price on these is pretty fantastic. You do get a half of an ounce, which is very, very standard in terms of the amount of product you get in most eye creams, for $18. And since I've been paying closer to $40 for a half an ounce of eye cream, and this is a good one, I very well may pick this up again in the future. I think it's a fantastic deal, and they have all different kinds of eye cream. I can't wait to hear what Angela thinks about hers, because all of their eye creams are $18, which I think is a fantastic deal if it's actually doing something for your skin. And then the last product that I received, which actually had the least amount of product in it, was the oil-free moisturizer broad spectrum SPF 17 sunscreen, and it's said to be for all skin types. This is what it looks like. Nothing really to see here. However, I really like this. I think this is one of the nicest sunscreens / oil-free moisturizer with sunscreen in it that I have used. I even like this better than my Ride or Die CeraVe daytime moisturizer that has an SPF in it as well. This absorbs really quickly, which is fantastic, like I said, for how I tend to get ready for the day. I'm in the shower, I put my stuff on my face, and then I want to be getting to my makeup and getting ready to film and stuff within 10 to 15 minutes. So this one absorbs super quickly. It has a really nice scent to it. It does have a touch of maybe some cucumber scent to it, but it also has like a minty sort of scent to it as well. It feels really nice going onto the skin. But it also does have just a touch of a sunscreen scent, if you know what I mean. If you use, a sunscreen that is straight sunscreen for your face or whatever, it always has a kind of smell to it. This does have that, but it's not a smell that bothers me. The only thing that I am not crazy about with this one is I feel like the price is kind of a bummer. I'm not for sure why it is so expensive to buy things that have sunscreen in them for our face. And this, for 2 ounces, is $24, which it isn't a great oil-free moisturizer. I just have a little tiny gripe in general about how expensive good sunscreen products for your face are, especially for wearing under makeup, which this absolutely wears fantastic underneath makeup because, like I said, it does absorb fully and very quickly. So it's a great product. I may try purchasing this in the future, but again, my Ride or Die CeraVe moisturizer that has the same amount of sunscreen and also is oil-free and what have you is probably cheaper than this in the long run for the amount of product you get, if that makes sense. So overall, this was a fantastic experience for me. I didn't have any purging in my skin, which is frequently the case when I do try new skincare in my life. If you don't know what purging is, sometimes when you try new skincare, it will cause impurities and clogged pores and things like that to come to the surface, and you end up with quite a major breakout. And that's normal. That's how our skin reacts to a new skin regimen. However, it's no fun. Nobody likes to go through a season of purging on their face. So I did not actually have that with this. I'm gonna put on the screen right here what this entire regimen would cost me if I were to replace my current skincare routine with all of this stuff today. Again, the products that I would repurchase for sure would be the Botanical Facial Cleanser, the Cucumber Cleansing Lotion, which is the toner, and the eye cream, as well as the Cucumber Tonic Mask. So 4 out of 7 ain't bad, if you ask me. I'm so thankful to Angela for joining me in this little skincare adventure because, like I said, she's a dry-skinned girl, and so she has some completely different products than what I have, and it's going to have a completely different experience with her skincare regimen that was recommended for her. So make sure you go on over there and check out her video as well. Tell her that I sent you and I'm sending her love, and I hope all of your makeup days are beautiful makeup days. We will see you in the next one. Bye!
Collab with my good friend, Beauty. Puffle.